Love.
What should I watch if there's a natural disaster?
All right.
You should probably
Anthony.
watch Weather Alerts. The end. Have a good night.
Watch your ass.
So check it out, gentlemen. Good to see you all. Nice to see you, JD. I lived in Plano, Texas for about 5 years in the early 2000s. So,
Oh, wow. So you broke out of the heroin pandemic out here, huh?
I actually jumped into I left LA and I went through the pandemic, which was Plano, Texas and Willow Bend. And everyone's like, why are you moving to where like MTV put on the map? I'm like, well, I guess that's where it's at. But jokes aside, that was obviously a very sad situation, but I really have a lot of good memories of Plano.
That's what I tell my realtor. I need 2 bedrooms and at least 2 major narcotic episodes within the building. What do you got for me?
I love it. Hey, dude, I got to tell you, Kevin, man, when Danny had those technical difficulties, you literally lifted up the show. So nicely done. Nicely done.
Thank you. Don't tell Danny. He hates to hear that.
Yeah, he was
I
there.
hate to hear that.
He was there to fill the vacancy when Danny was there.
He did a hell of a job. I see you're still in Hawaii. That's good. Very cool. I'm envious. I'm envious. So I got to tell you
what's
all.
wrong? What do you? How come you have no lights in your place right now?
Do you not see these lights right there?
Oh, all right.
I'm keeping it a little bit more low key, saving some electricity, sir.
Oh, are you in the adult section?
No, maybe that's the next episode.
Because that's where the neon is usually.
Yeah, for sure. I should
Not
say,
that I would know.
Of course. But yes, in terms of what movies to watch during a natural disaster, as you can see, last Tuesday we had a tornado warning after 2 a.m. in North Atlanta.
Wow.
Okay? It's a little early in terms of a season for us to be experiencing that. So I was up until about 4:30 in the morning. I'm a huge weather fan. I mean, I got a Skywarn Storm Spider hat. So, and yeah, that's when the shit was hitting the fan. Thankfully, we did not have a tornado in our hood. Everything was cool. But it led me to my next segment, which is if you're going to be watching anything during a natural disaster, if you survive, yes, that's our list for the night. However, I don't want this to go unnoticed. The 70s gems of yesteryear, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You got to watch those, but we're going to be starting with Naturally. Let's remove that, Susanna, if you don't mind. God bless. Here we go. Jeez, my camera's all over the map. You got to start with Twister, right? Fucking hell of a movie. It actually really kicked off the disaster series of the 90s. And again, no disrespect to the 70s because that's really where it kicked off. But everything's so cyclical. And the director of Twister banged out Speed like 2 years before. But do you guys remember when those movies came out? Did you catch them in the theater? What was going on in your lives at the time?
I wasn't born yet.
Okay. So then your Britney Spears comment is okay now. The one, that's good then. Because you were super young. Yeah.
We don't talk about my age on the show, Anthony. How many times have I told you?
It's a law.
Forgive me. I didn't know that you were a swaddling baby when Speed came out in '94. Yeah.
I lived in a big city. You could get cocaine. There was no need for speed.
God bless. Yeah. Dude, you're killing it tonight. Very good.
So Speed, that was when Sandra Bullock. That's when everybody fell in love with her, man.
Yes.
She was so hot in that.
Oh,
movie.
she carried the movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, I am an FBI agent. I mean, he did pretty good too. But it's technically a vehicular disaster movie. There's nothing natural about this movie, so I'll be the first to admit that. But it's literally lumped into that.
And Dennis Hopper.
Yeah. God bless him. Yes, absolutely. Shortly after that, it became a battle of pairs. You had Dante's Peak, followed by, shortly after, Volcano, right? So Hollywood was trying to double down on everything that was coming out that was popular, whatever the formula was disaster-wise.
Didn't both of those movies suck?
Probably, but actually, I enjoy them.
A
Really?
real volcano could destroy you very slowly.
Yes.
Like, hey, you better get out of the way.
But if it hits a densely populated area like Los Angeles out of the La Brea tar pit, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
Well, if it's a volcano versus Tom Hanks, there you go.
You know what? God bless. You know what? I should have totally
Joe
thrown
versus the
volcano in the
volcano.
mix. It's right.
That's
Yes.
a good reference.
It's right there in the list
Yes.
somewhere. Yeah. Nicely said.
Spoiler
Sir.
alert. It's the
Um,
volcano.
No, but Dante's Peak is where I learned about the pyroclastic cloud. Like, it was an educational film starring a pre-James Bond and post Mrs. Doubtfire. But it's actually pretty cheesily enjoyable. The effects from Digital Domain, which was like the powerhouse of VFX companies, totally still holds up, I gotta say. Linda Hamilton's
Really?
badass. Yeah, I think so. I mean, everything's subjective,
Wow.
of course. I mean, I got VHS behind me, so don't necessarily take my word for it. But and then, as cheesy as Volcano is, it kind of works. You know, it's especially when the grandma like loses half her body trying to save the family. It's kind of a popcorn comedy. God bless Grandma. But as I said, moving forward, Pears. Try that again. Shit. Fuck these cameras. Deep Impact, Armageddon. Okay, Deep Impact, Armageddon. Everything was doubling down, dude. And I gotta say,
Yeah, this came out, didn't it? That had to be a screw up. I remember when those came out, and they were the exact same movie.
Oh yeah. No, it wasn't an accident. Yeah. In fact, oddly enough, there's a documentary called Tales from the Script that talks about like super successful working screenwriters, and they talk about how an idea was leaked and how an idea came to be quickly before Armageddon came out. Yeah. So, I mean, it's hearsay, if you will, or just somebody's account of it, but I wouldn't be surprised because, I mean, everything really kind of duplicates itself if the formula works. And Hollywood always tries to be like, you know, where the puck is going to be, not where the puck is. They always want to predict where the next trend is going to be.
Let's vote on which one of those was better. Hold them up again.
I got left twist.
No, Deep Impact was better, I think.
That's left twist.
What do you? Oh, you said okay. There you go. Does everybody agree with that or no?
I don't. I will say Deep Impact is more of a real movie.
No.
Is there a glitch in the Matrix?
Apparently.
I always thought that was porn.
Oh, dude, you would love my adult section.
There's a porn version of Deep Impact somewhere. Trust me.
You know, I should really, for Mr. Perry Kurtz, I should show him the adults only section beyond those doors right there. But I don't want to get off topic.
I'm in there.
You are.
I have a couple of videos in there.
It's all keyboard related. Yes.
I thought you were the guy with the mop.
Okay, so Deep Impact
my
or
videos
Armageddon?
are short.
Which one?
Well, who has top billing in Deep Impact?
Either Morgan Freeman as the president, or Tia Leone, or Elijah Wood, or I mean, I'm literally remembering from '98 whenever it came out.
Gotcha.
So I guess they all shared it because it was like 17 stories kind of going on at once, and then they all got killed, kind of. Spoiler alert. But, anyway,
I'm not gonna watch it now.
Yeah. No, it's just like it's so funny. Like when I talk to some friends or vice versa, and they spoil the ending of a movie that's like 40 years old, and I'm like, God damn it! They're like, dude, you had 40 years to watch it. I'm like, fair enough.
Titanic sunk, really, in the end?
Yeah, exactly. But Danny, what's happening beyond you? Are you in ET's kitchen? What's going on?
Oh no, this is John Lennon's old mansion. So this is actually stained glass to the sky. It's stained glass, so during the day it's amazing.
Very cool. How is the mansion of dead rockers treating you? God rest his soul.
John Lennon's internet sucks, Gary said. That's why I moved closer to the router.
Better late than never, I guess. Yes. I mean, it's not better than Yakety Yak's Hawaii location, but yeah, it's pretty cool. John Lennon's house.
Showed you. Danny will even sleep with dead people.
even in
That's
his young age.
Right.
I will say, though, just to throw this down, finish it out, Deep Impact is more of a real movie, as cheesy as it is. This is a glorified music video that really tries hard. It's cheesy. It's fun. It's bad.
Yeah.
But the end. I got more. Sorry, guys. I got more.
Let's do it.
I'm not going to really throw this in because that's our July 4th one. So I'll just put it on the wayside. I will, though, quickly end with Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman's Hard Rain, also known as The Flood. Yes, they retitled it. It's actually known as The Flood, like in different territories. But in the U.S., they were like, we can't be the tail end of this disaster craze. We've got to like mix it up and let them know it's a thriller. So we'll just call it Hard Rain, which is kind of the same thing, but like not. Anyway, apparently like 400 people got electrocuted on the set because the whole set is literally flooded. So is it a good movie? No. Is it enjoyable? Kind of. Is it an interesting like train wreck to watch? 100%. And technically, I think it's fairly well made. In fact, John Woo was initially attached to direct this one, backed out and did something. I think he did Face Off actually. But the whole
I love that movie.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. I actually know Dominique Swain. She was in Face Off. So I'll try to get her on the show. But anyway, yeah, dude, the whole set is literally flooded. So it's kind of like an interesting watch just to see technically how they made it. And in terms of disaster films, I could keep going day after tomorrow. I mean, it really goes on the core, but we'll just leave it at that. All of these movies are streaming on Amazon, I'm sure. So if you're so inclined after you survive a disaster, these are the movies to kind of like escape to because they're all bad and enjoyably good.
What about the movie Glitter? That was a disaster. How about that one?
That is no. See, the problem with that is that's such a disaster. Like you will not feel. Actually, you probably will feel better about your life having survived. So that's good. That's a good. We should team up on some movies here and figure out some picks because that one is the fucking biggest disaster ever.
That really was. I remember
Ishtar.
All the. When did that? What year did that come out again?
What, Glitter?
Yeah.
God, what, 2001? 2000?
It's pretty forgettable. We can say any number.
I just remember everybody was like, "Oh my god, that's going to be so great."
Yeah, you were like 6, right? When that movie came out, Danny? You were like 6?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you were totally 6.
Well, Anthony, thank you so much. Oh, by the way, we got Anthony is I always talk about him on South Park, but he's actually a writer. And he just got you're now writing the tomato.
Man, you are really awesome, bro.
When I have to get up and walk toward the router, I lose my mind.
No. Yeah, actually,
up in here.
Last year I was honored.
It's not fried green tomatoes.
Yes, it's
I know
the
that.
sequel. It's the sequel to it's fried green tomatoes. Yeah, it's actually it's the albino cauliflower version.
Starring Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Carrie about this because she's got some interesting tidbits about the privilege of the white broccoli. No, I don't know, but anyway, yeah. So I was
you doing the blob?
Sorry,
or what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yes,
the blob?
Yes, I'm doing Invaders from Mars.
Nice.
You're killing me right now.
No, you're killing me.
I am killing you.
I was approached to write the reboot of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and I was like, oh my god.
See, I was right about the vegetable.
It's a fruit.
Kinda. I mean, we had a whole dialogue about it, but I'm fucking with you, kind of. No. Yeah, so I was approached to write it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so honored. And you found the right guy. And yeah, so I killed myself. It was 45 days. I mean, I have like a vlog, not published, but for me, because my kid at the time was teething, and it was my first kid. So I was watching him during the day, Mr. Mom Styles. By the way, one of my favorite movies. And it was just a real traumatic experience as a first-time dad, but also at 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning for 45 days straight, sleeping for maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, working on this reboot that I love the franchise, right? So anyway, I banged it out, and it was 60 pages over that they asked for, but I just said, hey, I'm going to give you a bunch of shit. I'm just like going to do an info dump, and we can always scale back. And it got approved, and it's moving forward. Pandemic hit, but there's some movement. So yeah, the end. So I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic.
Yes, and thank you, Danny, for the wonderful introduction on that. I appreciate it.
No problem. I was going to say Attack of the Fried Green Killer Tomatoes starring Jessica Tandy, but
oh, God bless her. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
yeah.
now I want to make that film.
Yeah,
Right,
it's so interesting that I wrote like a 182-page script, which is very telling to how much I speak during these segments. So you can imagine it was a fucking phone book.